Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Imagine holding a tiny piece of metal in your hand, no bigger than your fingertip, yet carrying within it a story of history, artistry, and unimaginable value. This is the fascinating tale of the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but as we peel back its layers, we uncover a treasure that has captured the hearts of collectors all around the world. Coins are not just currency, they are silent storytellers, whispering secrets of the past, and this coin is no exception. The year 2006 was a remarkable time in the United Kingdom's coinage history, as the minting of coins during this period reflected a bridge between tradition and modernization. Among these coins, the Liberty 1 cent stood out. Though small, its design carried a profound meaning, echoing themes of freedom, resilience, and national pride. It was a coin that drew upon the essence of British craftsmanship while borrowing stylistic influences that gave it a universal appeal. Collectors often say that coins are miniature works of art, and when we look at the Liberty 1 cent of 2006, it's impossible not to agree. On the obverse, the coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of continuity and strength, captured in a dignified pose. Her presence on this coin is a reminder of the monarchy's enduring legacy and the unity it represents for the United Kingdom. This portrait is not just any image, it is a finely detailed engraving that highlights the skill of the Royal Mint's artists, who carefully crafted every line to reflect realism and respect. It is a face recognized across the globe, and it gave this small coin a global recognition. Turn the coin to its reverse side, and you are greeted with something just as powerful. The Liberty design is striking, embodying a spirit that transcends borders. It represents not only the concept of freedom but also a connection between the United Kingdom and broader ideals that humanity holds dear. The artistry on the reverse is sharp, precise, and elegant, blending symbolism with aesthetics to create an impression that has fascinated both new and seasoned collectors. When it comes to minting details, the 2006 Liberty 1 cent was produced with precision and care at the Royal Mint. Though millions of coins were struck in various denominations that year, the Liberty 1 cent occupies a unique space. Certain editions were produced in smaller numbers, and special variations with distinctive qualities became sought-after treasures. For collectors, rarity is everything, and the scarcity of high-grade specimens from 2006 has elevated this coin's status. Condition is key, and coins that have survived in pristine mint state are nearly impossible to find, which only adds to their value. What makes this coin truly special is not just its beauty or its history, but the way it has captured imaginations. Collectors from across the world have chased after this coin, bidding passionately at auctions, sometimes pushing prices beyond expectations. The Liberty 1 cent has become more than a coin, it has become a symbol of aspiration for numismatists everywhere. Each collector dreams of discovering one in flawless condition, tucked away in an old collection or hidden in a forgotten drawer. The thrill of the hunt adds an element of mystery and excitement that money alone cannot buy. Stories often circulate within the coin collecting community about individuals who stumbled upon this coin without realizing its true worth. Imagine someone finding it in loose change or passed down through family, only to later discover that what they thought was just a simple coin could actually change their life forever. These tales inspire collectors and dreamers alike, making the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 a legend in its own right. Over the years, experts have studied the 2006 Liberty 1 cent extensively. They've noted its fine detailing, its unusual presence among United Kingdom coinage, and its appeal that crosses borders. While some coins remain local in their popularity, this coin has drawn international attention, placing it in a category that only a handful of coins ever reach. The balance of artistry, symbolism, and scarcity has ensured its place as a cornerstone in numismatic circles, but what truly leaves people stunned is its market value today. While ordinary coins from this same year may only be worth their face value, the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 in exceptional condition has broken barriers in terms of worth. At private sales and auctions, its price has been whispered about in astonishment. Collectors with deep pockets have been known to pay unimaginable amounts just to secure one of these elusive pieces. So, how much is this coin really worth? After exploring its story, its artistry, and its rarity, we arrive at the answer that leaves jaws dropping. The United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006 has been valued today at an astonishing $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, $20 million for a coin so small, yet so priceless. Its worth lies not only in its metal but in its history, its beauty, and the dreams it represents. Next time you look at a coin, remember that sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the greatest secrets. Who knows, perhaps one day you'll stumble across a Liberty 1 cent of 2006 and find yourself holding not just a coin, but a fortune in your hand. Picture yourself holding a small, silver-toned coin in your hand. At first glance, it seems like just another piece of currency, something you might slide into a vending machine or let slip into the corner of a pocket without a second thought. But what if that coin wasn't ordinary at all? What if the 1986 United Kingdom Liberty quarter dollar you're looking at was worth more than gold, more than diamonds, more than most people could imagine? What if I told you that this single coin has reached an astonishing market value of $1.5 million? Suddenly, that little piece of metal feels a lot heavier, doesn't it? Because in truth, it isn't just a coin. It's history, it's art, it's a mystery, and it's a treasure rolled into one. The year 1986 was one of contrasts. Britain was under the leadership of Margaret Thatcher, a woman known for her iron will, reshaping the economy and society. Across the Atlantic, Ronald Reagan was continuing his vision of a bold America. The Cold War was still present, but hope was quietly emerging on the horizon. Within this global backdrop of transformation and shifting alliances, symbols carried great weight. And coins, more than simple tools of trade, became powerful messengers of identity and ideals. Among them, the 1986 Liberty quarter dollar, tied to the United Kingdom yet carrying the iconic imagery of liberty, stood apart like a beacon. It wasn't just about money, it was about meaning. Coins have always spoken a language beyond numbers. They celebrate leaders, victories, ideas, and values. The Liberty quarter dollar of 1986 was no exception. It took a concept deeply rooted in American tradition, liberty, and presented it through a lens that collectors in Britain and beyond could recognize, cherish, and pursue. This was no everyday coin. It wasn't something you would see passing casually from hand to hand in a marketplace. Instead, it was something elusive, shrouded in rarity, whispered about among numismatists, and carried forward as part of a story greater than itself. When you look closely at the 1986 Liberty quarter dollar, it's hard not to be struck by its design. Liberty herself stands tall, an embodiment of freedom that transcends borders. Her features are elegant yet strong, captured with a detail that reflects the mastery of the engraver's hand. She holds her stance with dignity, and the word liberty arches above her in bold letters, not just etched into the coin but almost echoing as a proclamation. This wasn't merely decoration. It was an invitation for everyone who saw the coin to reflect on what liberty truly meant. The reverse tells another story. Symbols that bridge cultures appear in careful balance, blending British precision with American boldness. There are subtle details in the arrangement of inscriptions, the curvature of lettering, and the choice of motifs that suggest this coin was never about circulation, it was about commemoration. Some experts believe it was part of a special issue, a test of Anglo-American symbolism struck in extremely limited numbers. Others think it was a commemorative token, a silent marker of the close ties between two nations. Regardless, its artistry is undeniable. Each line and curve was chosen with intent, making the coin less of a monetary tool and more of a miniature sculpture. What makes the year 1986 significant is its timing. The mid-80s were years of renewal, years when the world was inching closer to the end of an era dominated by division. Freedom was a word heavy with meaning, whether in speeches, rallies, or cultural symbols. To issue a coin marked with liberty during this moment wasn't accidental, it was symbolic. And symbolism is one of the most powerful drivers of value in collecting. When an object captures both a moment in time and a timeless ideal, it transcends the ordinary. Now let's talk about rarity, the heartbeat of any valuable coin. Unlike mass-produced coins meant for millions of pockets, the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar was produced in such limited numbers that many people have never even seen one in person. Records of its exact mintage are hazy, adding an element of mystery that only increases its appeal. Was it a trial strike? Was it minted as a private issue for collectors, never intended to circulate? Or was it a piece quietly released in small numbers that only the sharpest eyes noticed? Nobody knows with certainty, and that uncertainty makes it even more desirable. Collectors love nothing more than the thrill of the unknown. Then there is the question of material. Those who have examined surviving examples say the quality of the coin is exceptional. The finish is finer than that of ordinary quarters, with a luster that suggests careful production on high-quality planchets. Under a magnifying glass, every detail stands sharp, from the strands of Liberty's hair to the smallest inscription. This wasn't something made carelessly. It was crafted with pride and with purpose, as though the mint knew it was creating something special. Imagine, for a moment, the journey of one of these coins. Perhaps it was tucked away in the collection of a diplomat, given as a symbolic gesture of goodwill. Perhaps it slipped into circulation by mistake and ended up in a jar of change on a kitchen shelf. Maybe it lay forgotten in a drawer for decades until a lucky descendant rediscovered it, unaware at first of what treasure they had in their hands. These possibilities make the coin not just a collectible, but a story waiting to be told with every discovery. Collectors are drawn to stories, and that is why this coin has such magnetic appeal. Over time, stories began to circulate about lucky finds. A man in the UK reportedly bought a small box of old coins at a car boot sale, only to later realize one was the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a find that transformed his modest purchase into a life-changing fortune. Another tale speaks of a family who uncovered the coin in a grandfather's keepsakes, nestled among medals, letters, and other relics of the past. These stories add fuel to the legend, making everyone wonder, could one of these coins be hiding in plain sight in their own home? Market value for rare coins depends on three golden factors: rarity, demand, and condition. With the Liberty Quarter Dollar of 1986, all three converge beautifully. Its rarity is unquestioned, its demand is soaring, as collectors around the world seek to own a piece of this numismatic legend, and its condition, when found uncirculated, elevates it into the realm of treasures. Even slight variations in strike quality or preservation can make dramatic differences in price, but when pristine examples appear, the bidding wars ignite. Private auctions and whispered sales in the numismatic community have only added to the coin's mystique. Figures exchanged behind closed doors suggest sums that would astonish the casual observer. And as the years pass, its reputation has only grown stronger. For many collectors, simply having the coin in their possession isn't about money, it's about prestige. It's about being part of a very small circle of people who can say they hold in their hands a piece of numismatic history that others can only dream of. And this brings us to the grand question: what is the value of the 1986 United Kingdom Liberty Quarter Dollar today? After decades of speculation, after countless stories of discovery and obsession, the answer has crystallized. This coin, when it appears in top condition, commands a staggering $1.5 million. Yes, one coin, no larger than the size of a button, can be worth more than a mansion, more than luxury cars, more than most people will ever earn in a lifetime. That's the power of rarity, beauty, and history combined. Think about that for a moment. A coin minted nearly 40 years ago, something that could slip unnoticed into a pocket or a drawer, is now a fortune. It's a reminder that treasures don't always glitter in plain sight. Sometimes, they hide in the most ordinary objects, waiting for the right eyes to recognize their worth. So the next time you come across a coin, any coin, pause and take a closer look. Because who knows? You might just be staring at something extraordinary, something that carries with it not only a story but also a fortune beyond imagination. And if that coin happens to be the 1986 United Kingdom Liberty quarter dollar, then you'll know you've uncovered one of the rarest and most valuable treasures in the world. After all, in the world of collecting, the greatest stories are often told not in words, but in metal. And this coin, with its quiet brilliance and incredible value, is one of the greatest stories of them all. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.